Yeah, and that's a big piece to this whole creation puzzle, isn't it? You know, how many of you have seen The Secret? I mean, you know, from my perspective, I can only speak from my perspective, but they do sort of offer that if you can will it mentally in, you know, you can really will it mentally in, and that's part of the puzzle, and it's a huge part, and without it, nothing gets created. But without action, you know, Einstein says, you know, if nothing happens until something moves. And so as soon as we start to take action, like we were talking about a couple weeks ago, we start to reorganize this field out here and start to attract certain people, certain resources, certain books. You know, how many of you have ran into a book that you're just like, oh, I needed this book, this was the perfect book for me, I'm so glad it came, and then it just took you to a new level? I mean, it comes in all kinds of shapes and forms. So knowledge is power. I mean, we've heard that a lot, right? And he puts it so brilliantly in that knowledge is potential power. If we don't apply that knowledge, it's just knowledge, you know, and it might make for a good conversation, but overall, it's just information until we put it into action. So action is such a big piece of it. The beginning of the successful business was an idea. You know, how much of the material that we're going over is starting, I mean, that's the starting place. You know, an idea, and ideas are free if we look for them. You know, if we intend for them, if we really hunger for an idea that will explode our life, they're available to us. Everything's energy. I mean, it only sort of transmutes itself in different ways. You know, when you light a fire, we light this paper on fire, it doesn't go away, it just transmutes itself into a different kind of energy. I mean, thought is energy, and we can attract thoughts based on how we're dominantly thinking and the patterns of our own thoughts and beliefs. Does that bring up anything for anyone? Yeah. Yes, stay. Oh yeah, see, I'm already up there. I remember in 6th grade there was this math teacher. Her name was Miss Muniz, and she was like, write down what you want to, you know, what you want to do in life. And you know, at the time I was in love with football, so I said I want to be a football player. And she looked at me, she said, be realistic, and I got pissed off. Something inside of me said, don't listen to that woman. But at some point we stop imagining, because when we're kids we have imaginary friends, don't we? You know, we talk to ourselves, we sing to ourselves, and at some point we learn that it's not right or unsafe or whatever. What's that?
And we still do.
Yeah. And so it's all there. It's all there. And sometimes we just got to project forward, you know, to 5 years in the future and just say, what if everything was possible? What would I want my life to look like? And then go there in your mind. You don't have to take action right away. Go there in your mind, go there in your heart, and just generate that emotion that's going to create the action. I mean, on some level, something happened, you took action, and it was just like, whoa, I'm pretty damn powerful. So next time that internal nudge, that idea comes in and you feel something around it, go, and then call somebody in here and say, hey, I got this idea, I need to take action on it, I need your support, you know, and really utilize each other as that sort of safety net for support. Combinations. So old experiences, old ideas that we've taken along the way, once we get one new idea and mix it in a big pot, it becomes a brand new possibility, doesn't it? Does that make sense? So, I mean, we're literally one idea away from, I mean, amazing accomplishment, amazing achievement. So as long as we just keep, you know, looking and reaching for that next idea, that next resource, whatever it may be, and somebody said earlier, determination, just don't give up. Don't we have to get there? I mean, there's nothing that can stop us except for ourselves. How many of you believe that there's something out there that is, there is something out there that is so on our side and so in love with us and so wants us to succeed in life? And when we connect to it, I think that's where ease can really happen. You know, when we really live in harmony with who we really are, I mean, some people's lives are effortless. And shouldn't have to be that hard. It through the emotion of a strong desire. Did you know that when you have heightened levels of emotion within you, that your thoughts are more magnetized, that your thoughts are more powerful? Did you know that? So what if you could generate higher levels of emotion on key and begin directing your thought? Like, how many of you work out? I would begin to think about what you're thinking about while you're working out, because you're at a heightened level of emotion, and whatever's coming out of your mind has more power than it is when you're just kind of hanging out. Just something to think about.